Hi everybody, it's Kelly, and today is July 13th, 2022, and I'm sitting out on my lunch, and it was November of 2020 that I sat out here for the first time and invited you guys to follow me for Black Thread Studio, and I think it was November 2021 was the last time that I maybe posted. So those that do know me, I think I'm going to try to come back, and if you don't, welcome and join me and see if you have fun. So I've been thinking about this and thinking about it and going back and forth whether or not I was going to come back onto YouTube. I was just totally away from social media for a while, and then as I was trying to get back into life, I realized that social media is what kept me going. And I apologize if you can't hear very well. We have neighbors. I don't know what they're doing. At first I thought it sounded like a nail gun, and then I thought it sounded like those fire poppers. There it is. It's been going on for 20 minutes. And we're just on a busy road here in a Aconwalk, so there's a lot of traffic and sirens. So I do hope that you can hear me. But I thought it would be a good day. It's beautiful outside, and I thought if I don't do this, maybe I never will. So I thought the best thing to do would just be to jump on and start. So I can't come back without recognizing and saying something about Sam. But I'm not really ready to talk about it. So for those of you who don't know, my son Sam passed away unexpectedly in October last year. And I now know the meaning of a broken heart. It's a break that doesn't heal. I think you just learn to live with it. So as we go on, I'm like, you know, are people interested in your story? Can they learn something from it? And I guess, you know, are they not interested? I guess the answer to any and all of those questions would be yes, no, I don't know. But my passion is to create, and I'm just like winging it, like, oh my gosh, I want a cross stitch, and I want an English paper piece, and I want a quilt, and now I want to do wool applique, and I really don't have anybody to share that with, and I miss you guys. I miss you. And my mom misses me. I had my mom this weekend. So I'll tell you that Shirley is doing well. She's moving a little bit slower than she did last year, but she's doing well. And I really miss doing From Shirley's Cottage and reading my mom's stories and recipes. So I am definitely going to bring that back. I have coworkers coming back from lunch, and they're carrying coffee and all kinds of good stuff. So anyway, I am going to be bringing back Shirley's Cottage. So I don't know if I'm going to go through the whole thing right now. I just wanted to jump on and say hi. I'm planning on coming back. I was doing every weekend before, and I think that was too much. I think that was a lot of pressure on me, and you know, it takes a lot of time, but it's something that I still really want to do. And Sam was a huge supporter of my creative endeavors and wishes, and I just thought that would be a good way to honor him. So in the future, I'm sure I'll talk about him. And if it's hard or you don't want to hear it, that's fine. You don't have to. But I couldn't come back and not say thank you to everyone who sent me love and wishes on Instagram. I mean, people I don't even know. I found so much love and kindness from strangers that there was no way that I couldn't what do I want to say, couldn't not learn, that I didn't learn a lot. And I will say this as well. I was one that is just the way my whole September, October went with Sam. I immediately thanked God for the time that I had with him. I didn't question my faith at all. I'm not saying I didn't question anything, but I didn't question my faith, and I've got to stay strong in that. And I just wanted to share that as well. So this is what I thought I would do today. Well, before we jump on too far, I have to put my glasses on now so I can see. I've been wanting to bring back some of my patterns that I had before, some of my quilting patterns. I'm sorry, you can't see me. I did go through to see if I could find them, to list them on my Etsy shop, just to get things going again, and I can't find any of them. maybe I will. So I thought, okay, fine, I'm starting fresh. Part of my frustration has been new technology and not having my Mac computer that died, and trying to learn new things. But you know what? I'm just gonna wing it and do it the way I'm gonna kind of go old school. I'm just gonna draw things out. I'm gonna print them on a copier, and that's how I'm gonna do it. So just inspired by the good old days and good old creativity. So I've had in my mind a couple different things to honor Sam and start my creativity back up, my stitching. It's been hard. I didn't dive into it. I kind of stepped away from it. I just, I don't know, again, I'll talk about it more, but it's just, it's overwhelming. The ride that this takes you on, it's overwhelming. So anyway, in that, I have a wool applique, kind of a wall hanging plant that I want to do. The very first, let me back up. The very first thing I did was I did an embroidery for Jill, my brother's girlfriend, who hosted Sam's celebration with family and friends on her lake home. And there's a picture of it on my Instagram where I made her a pillow that said "Bring More Flowers," and that was kind of Sam's thing. So that was my first thing. And I've had in my mind all these things to do about either bring more flowers. Sam was also into mushrooms. I have a story about a mushroom that I'll share with you later. And I've just had stuck in my mind that with God's grace, there is beauty in grieving. And so anyway, I have something that I'm planning on doing, and we'll applique with that. And this is what I did for myself. I realized that I'm not going to be able to retire when I want to. I'm going to be 62 in November. I think I'm going to have to wait till I'm 67. I don't know why they did that, because, you know, by the time you're 67, you're really, really tired and ready to retire. Well, let me just say this. I want to still work. I just want to do what I want to do. I don't want to work for anybody else anymore. I just want to be able to create and have a little bit more, not that what I do is fulfilling, but you know what I mean. Anyway, not much has changed. Here I am chit-chatting away, getting off on these tangents. But in that first pattern that I want to get done, oh, I started telling you what I did is I was really bummed. I actually cried at work one day when I figured I couldn't retire when I wanted to. And so what I did was I said, I'm going to take one day a month for myself. Just one day a month. Not the weekends don't work. You end up having to do things, you know, with family and friends, and you want to do those things. But it's a frustration that I couldn't handle because I didn't have time to work on the things that I want to do for myself, which is stitching and sewing. I hope you can hear me with all the garbage trucks and whatever else is going on. But I came to work. I didn't even ask Jim. I came to work and I told my boss manager friend, I need one day a week for myself. Not a week, a month. I wish it was a week, for Black Thread Studio. So one day a month, I'm gonna work on just my patterns and what I want to do to try to get on my Etsy. So yay me. So that day is just Black Thread Studio. So I have a poem I want to read that I wrote, and you guys know that if you watched me before, you know I wrote my sister a poem when she got married, Tracy. I've written other poems here and there, but when I do that first pattern, in my way to work through the grief that I've had and my love for Sam, I wrote this poem, and the poem will be included in the pattern. And next Friday is my Black Thread Studio Day, and I'm hoping to get this start. I have a small start on it. I did post a picture on Instagram with the wool that I'm using. Yeah, who would have thought that in summer I would want to work with wool? But anyway, here's the poem, and it is called There Is Beauty in Grieving. Am I different, or am I the same? There is beauty in grieving. Don't look back, there is no one to blame. And so it goes. God gives us infinite joy. It lives inside us, no matter the circumstance. Search for it, and you will find it. It's a blessing, meant for every girl and boy. So that is There Is Beauty in Grieving, and hopefully, fingers crossed, in the near future, that will be my first pattern on Etsy. So just to finish up today, I just want to come on and say hi, and I've been thinking about coming back, and I think I'm going to do it, even if it's just once a month. So if you subscribe or hit your bell, then you'll know when I'm coming back. I don't have any set plan like to do it the first of the month or middle or end of the month. I'm gonna see how far I get on this wool applique that I'm working on next month, or next Friday. I did start another one, but I had to order a pillow form for it. So I have that one I can get done as well. But anyway, I just thought that right now, I'm not talking about Instagram friends that are lovely people that I don't know. I'm not talking about real friends like Bernadine that ran to my side when I called her and told her that Sam had passed. I'm not talking about all you guys. You guys know who you are. Heather and Rox and Elaine and Kim, and I mean there are so many of you that I have felt your love that I appreciate so much. This, I just want to share with you, are people either on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram that lifted me out of some of my dark times and helped me dig into all the things that give me joy. And this is the way that I just kept going to know that, you know, life goes on, and oh gosh, there's just so much to talk about. I mean, you could talk about grief and grieving and love and all that forever, but anyway, this is what I want to share with you right now. So a couple things that are a little bit more religious, spiritual, and I'm going to hold these up so you can see them. I don't think this will be backwards, but Lisa Harper has a podcast called Back Porch Theology. And I found her by Googling on YouTube. She doesn't actually have a YouTube channel, it's more of a podcast, but she goes and preaches, and she's a guest at a lot of different churches. If you don't know Lisa Harper, oh my gosh, what a crack in the pan she is. The other one on Instagram, Elizabeth's Humble House. She's a photographer, deeply spiritual, and her photography and the things that she shares are uplifting, to say the least. So now to get on to some creative things, because we all thrive on those creative juices. Okay, The Last Homely House with Kate. She's on YouTube. I am a Patreon, and I do get her newsletter. If you don't know Kate, then I think you should find her, and I bet you know her anyway. And then to partner up with Kate, Arna and Carlos, on YouTube. I also get their newsletter. Arna and Carlos I found through Kate, and they are designer knitters. Let me just tell you this, I couldn't knit if you paid me $1 million, but I love watching them. I love them. So once again, just uplifting. You know, I think we all thrive and crave for some kind of connection and looking for joy in how other people live their lives and go through things, whether it, you know, but it's all, you know, wanting to have fun and experience joy and get through life the best way that we can. So that's my goal. Someday, like yesterday was a really, really hard day, but I'm here today. So, okay, next, cross stitchers, Brenda in the Cereal Starter, who is Laura. On YouTube, on Instagram, I think Brenda is Brenda Sampler Stitcher and Laura is Maud and Mozart. But if you go to their YouTube, I know so many people already know who Brenda and Laura are, but they make you feel like you are sitting with friends and that you can just talk stitching for hours. Partnered up with them, not partnered up with them, but in that same vein is Saltbox Stitcher Carol, also on YouTube and Instagram. She is also a quilter, and I get so much from just watching these girls that have such good hearts. So let's talk about a good heart. I didn't know anything about Kimberly Young. Sassy Jacks. She has Sassafras, is it Sassafras Stitchery or Samplers? She's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I found Kim by watching or listening to Fiber Talk, so I'll go back to Fiber Talk. But Kim, when you listen to Kim, she is one of the truly sweetest, kindest heart people that you know she is coming from just a pure good heart. That's all I can say about Kim. She makes me happy. Fiber Talk, Gary and Beth and Jennifer and Cindy is there occasionally. I started listening to their podcast. They have a couple times a week, Wednesday afternoons. It's usually Beth and Gary chit-chatting, and then Wednesday night they do more of a live thing, and I work till 7, but they start at 7, and I have about a 45-minute drive home from work, so I listen to them on my way home, and they make me happy. And then they also have something else they do on Sundays. So if you want to know anything about any aspect of any kind of stitching, I would listen to Fiber Talk and watch them. Okay, Dames of the Needle, Elizabeth. She is on Facebook and Instagram. I posted a picture with a mushroom, and you can go and look at that. Elizabeth, with her kindest heart, kindest soul, sent me this mushroom that she made. I don't know her. She didn't know me. You can go read my post on my Instagram and see her response. I think she also responded on Facebook. So I can't say enough about her, Elizabeth. I hope to meet her one day in person and give her a big hug. Okay, so on my new thing with wool, Maggie Benomini, and she is on Instagram. Is that MB Turnips? I think I also found her on Facebook and YouTube, and this is how I got hooked, is that, I mean, I've done wool applique, but I kind of stepped away from it because there's so many things I like to do, and this is what I did. I always think I'm not going to cry. In the fall, Country Sampler, which is in Spring Green, Wisconsin, I signed up for it. I haven't paid for anything yet, but I'm on the list, so I hope it works out for me to go. Whoops, 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 so sorry, a little windy. They're having a kind of a stitching retreat with Vicki from Needlework Press, who I absolutely love. If I didn't write her down here, I meant to. oh boy, did I mean to. She posts, let me just talk about Vicki. She posts every day on Instagram, and it is, it's food for your soul. So visit Vicki. Anyway, Vicki is going to be there, and Maggie will be at this little stitching retreat, and it happens to be the week going into the days that I spent, it's when Sam passed away. And it was, within those days, it was my sister's wedding, my other sister's birthday, and my daughter's anniversary, and in between, Sam passed away. And I'm already foreseeing that that's going to be a really, really tough time for me. I thought, I'm not working, I don't want to do anything. I am signing up for this retreat, and I'm going and I'm treating myself. So I think my video stopped. So I was talking about going on the retreat to Country Sampler in Spring Ring with Maggie Benomini and Vicki from Needlework Press. And I guess I'll have to watch this back to see what got cut off, but I am doing it for myself. Okay, so let's not forget, and I'm giving you all these because these are people I think that you would really enjoy watching or following. The Thread Gatherer, Cece Strickland. She's my friend. Do you have any idea how supportive she was? Sending me floss and ribbons, and just always feeding and supporting my my stitching. Okay, I think is it Cassia Jacko Creative Embroidery. She's on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I did buy one of her patterns. I haven't made it yet. It's strictly embroidery. And she's unbelievable, a really, really sweet girl to watch, and I love her too. Okay, I'm saving some of these for, all right. I belong to an English paper piecing Facebook group. There was a stitch along with Bridget Giblin Quilts. She's on Instagram. Just go look at her English paper piecing. That's all I can say. Just go look at it. That's all I can say. I joined a Facebook group, the Ladies and Gents of the Wool Circle Club, as well as the Blackberry Primitives. So I hate to say that this wool thing is a new obsession. Not brand new, but new again, because you know, everybody needs wool in the summer. Okay, I also found this girl on Instagram, just randomly. I don't know if you love hostas. I absolutely love hostas, and they do really well here in Wisconsin. And this girl painted hosta garden. Her name's Lana. Just go look. That's all I can say. Okay, this is my. I watched Linda before, and then I kind of got away from it because I was doing more stitching, and now I'm back on it because she has a new house that they moved into within the last year that she's been working on. But New England Fine Living, Linda Smith Davis on Instagram and YouTube. Once again, if you like, you know, primitive and old and just seeing beautiful things, gardens and homes, and she's so creative and she's so sweet. A good one. So I guess that's it. Oh, I can show you what I'm working on because I take this out with me on my lunch, except I've chit-chatted a while and I don't know if I'll have time. Can you listen? Of course now it stopped. What is that? There's a big fence there, so I can't see what they're doing. Somebody let me know what you think it is. Okay, so on Instagram, Northumberland Sampler House, Anita Jeffries. the IA 1812 Scottish sampler. I joined. It's very slow going because I'm only stitching on my lunch. That's how far I got. Not very far. We're on the second month, and can I tell you, I know this is gonna sound weird, and we want to keep our stitching clean, but my daughter Paige was here with Hadley and Reed the last week of June, which is another story because some of us got COVID, and you can probably still hear it in my voice, although I'm testing negative and I'm over it. I guess this raspy and the cough lasts for a while. Anyway, we spent the week on the lake, and this was the stitching I took. I know I didn't get anything on it, but it smells like suntan lotion in summer, and it just has all those scents from like being at the lake. And anyway, these are the flosses, the threads, and the little floss drops. I don't know if it's too late to sign up for this, to tell you the truth, but I mean, just look how cute everything is. And I have to say, this is, I'm working it on what she had kitted, the 36 count sandstone, and Anita Jeffries. Let me just tell you, I've had trouble with my Black Thread Studio email, and I also have a personal one, and Anita has so graciously, June and July I had trouble getting the download for the pattern, and she just is the sweetest thing, just sending it to both emails and making sure that I got it, and you know, wanting me to get back to her, make sure that I got it. So I can't say enough about her. And Sarah Stonehouse, is it Stonehouse Sampler? Sarah is a new IG girl. She's doing this too, and she has been so supportive as well. So I guess that's all. I'm gonna take a few minutes to try to eat a little something before I have to go back into work, which I will tell you, going back to work was probably the hardest thing that I had to do last fall, but also some of the most support that I've had. So, hey, what do you think? Look at these bags. You know, one of the girls that I work with actually said this. She said that I have, you know what RBF is? Resting bitch face. And I told her, no girl, it's resting grief face. She doesn't know, she's in her 30s. So anyway, I would love to have you guys join me at least once a month. I have some stitching planned, and I have some fun things in my garden. I posted a picture in the spring of grapevines that were coming up over my arbor. I've been waiting for that arbor to be covered for like 7 years, and the wisteria is growing so slow. So I put grapevines up, and they are finally where they're starting to come over the top. So I thought that would be fun to show you. And of course, if only to come and see me read from Shirley's Cottage, to honor my mom, who's still here, by the way. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you, and I hope you have a really good day. Thanks so much for stopping. Bye-bye.